Gurus, let's talk about Beyonce. Superstar Beyonce Knowles Carter surprised the world Sunday night after the Super Bowl by dropping the new single Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages to preview her upcoming album Renaissance Act 2, which is set to debut March 29th. In contrast to her previous Renaissance album, the upcoming Act 2 appears to have more of a country music influence. In the days since the single release, some outlets have been questioning whether Beyonce can overcome the exclusion of black musicians from the genre to succeed in country music. Whatever happens or doesn't is likely to create waves, given Star's status as certainly one of the two or three biggest music luminaries in the world. I don't know, man. I, I kind of got a problem with Beyonce running the country music. And it's not because it's country music. It's because everybody knows that certain hip hop is not selling the way it used to sell, right? And right now, country is the new biggest thing, and it's selling more records. My problem is why not stay with what you're doing and bring more sales to the genre that you love?
Well, I'm a real firm believer in, doing whatever you feel in your heart, regardless of what that might be. And, maybe this is like a childhood dream of hers to have, be able to cross over. And what better time than the present? Tomorrow's not promised to any of us. So if she want to do country, let her do country. If she want to do a Spanish album, let her do a Spanish album. Like I'm all for it. Whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat, I'm with it. Because
Is she an
I
industry
tried to get
plant?
over my life. I'm sorry.
Is
Not
she an
industry.
industry plant?
Oh, what?
Yeah, she
Too long for that.
I feel like it's more there's more to her than that, and I think she's strategic. She's if it's
Right.
not her, her team is highly strategic. Whoever's around her is highly strategic. Um, but as far as staying in your genre to boost that up, what else you want her to do?
Well, I'm just saying, like it seems like it's just convenient. Like
I want to make a point though. Okay, so now we had Little Nas X. He jumped into the country genre, right? And they made such a big deal about it, and they tried to like classify his music as not country because they didn't want him to be a part of the genre. That didn't work. He excelled past that, whatever. And then if you remember, Kay Michelle also did a country album, right? But she didn't make as much headlines doing that country, and we all know she's a very gifted singer, right? So she did not cross those lines where it's transcending in news. Now it's Beyonce, and that's all you're hearing about. Now what I'll say is the positive thing about this movement, and even though when I first heard the song I was like, it's mid. To me it was mid. I wasn't feeling it like I feel all of Beyonce's stuff. But it was cool. It was a cool song. It got a nice catchy beat, and people are doing now dances to it or whatever. And I think that that's cool. But now that Beyonce is now seemingly opening the doors for more Black creativity to be out there in country genre, I feel like now it's going to take off a little. So there is a good side to this, her opening up the doors, because Kate Michelle couldn't do it, and even Lil Nas X couldn't do it. So we'll see what happens from here, because I've seen, just even on TikTok, I've seen so many biracial country music artists or Black country music artists like having so much to like, and I'm listening to their stuff and I'm like, wow, this stuff can really make records. But they're not getting the notoriety. Maybe with Beyonce coming out there, it'll open the doors a little.
I completely agree with you. And and also, like you mentioned Lil Nas X and K Michelle. Now K Michelle was intentional with switching over to country. That's something that she really wanted to do. And the songs was kind of fire. I don't know if y'all ever heard any of them, but there's a huge difference between a Lil Nas X who's just coming into the industry. This is his first single, first hit, and a K Michelle who has, you know, generally a certain audience and demographic, strictly R&B. Whereas Beyonce, she is global. She has a multitude of different types of fans. She has crossed over. She could, you know, it could be pop, it could be R&B, it could be the last album. She's doing everything. She did. She went into the dance music as well, right? So that's why I would say that it's you know, ringing bells for people, and you know, she's getting more notoriety for this because she's Beyonce. You know, we have to really compare her to K Michelle. You know, she just has.
No.
You know what I mean?
That's my point, is that Beyonce can transcend more of an audience than K Michelle is able to do, even though she is very talented. She just doesn't have that Beyonce factor right now, or you know, whenever. I'm a fan of K Michelle. I like K Michelle, but
and
you know
that Beyonce is causing and is going to cause more people to probably take a look at K Michelle now, and those type of things, because this is it's strategic. Trust, this is strategic.
Oh, I believe it.
Country girl, and guess what? Where the country music actually originated in the Black community. So this is like, it's kind of crazy.
Coming back home,
the way that it's all working and how it works, but it is what it is. So
come on, man. Look, all I'm saying is look, you know what it is? I could be Instagrammed out. That's a possibility when I'm talking. So I could be under the influence of Instagram, and it's making me say, and partially, that I'm so sick of the trends. Like, in other words, everything that we have in the hip hop community for the last few years has been a trend. Like, it's never, it's I want something to hold on to. I want some meat. I want some authentic music that's coming from the heart, that's actually gonna stay with me for the next 10 years. And I feel like right now, everything is about a trend. Everything is about where the style is right now, and I'm gonna go with that. It's like, in other words, you could go back to, and I don't like to talk about, you know, the old school. You know, some might say I'm an old school G, which I embrace. But the fact is that when the Fugees came out, that was new. Under the whole umbrella of, it's hard to be an artist out here. You can't spit lyrics like this. Anybody could spit like this. Somebody I was talking to, as a matter of fact, said something that was it stuck with me. They said that nowadays, when people hear music, they feel like they could do the same thing. He said, when I was coming up, when I heard artists spit in music, I felt like I can't do that. That was amazing. That was just something off the charts. And so I feel like in today's Instagram world, everybody's moving with a trend, whether or not it's twerking, whether or not it's I'm gonna spit about certain things. And I feel like there's nobody really climbing to the cream of the crop that's really gonna take when 50 dropped. It was like, for years, it was some new breath, some new breeze in the air. And when you go back to a lot of these artists who, when Jay-Z dropped Can't Knock the Hustle, everybody was like, oh, what is this cat? Biggie, all of them. So DMX the same way. So my question, again, going back to the Beyonce thing, is that's where I'm coming from when I say, is this country album that Beyonce drops, is it gonna be around for the next 5 years?
I don't think
I
we've
think
heard
so.
enough of it to make
Right.
that,
I think she's
calculation.
still gonna be around. She still got music that she make that's always gonna be around. So I think so.
Yeah,
I mean, if we're basing it off of her only single, then
it gotta be at least one of the songs on the album that's gonna stick. It's Beyonce. This is Beyonce.
What's the top 5 Beyonce songs? Top 5 Beyonce songs, 5 of them, right now.
Dangerously in Love. You got
Dangerously in Love.
Right.
To
You got,
the left, to the left.
it's too many of them. That's why you gotta give
Yeah. Ring the Alarm. That's a good one. Love on Top is another one.
It's a
She's got a bunch.
She has
She's
like
got a
many,
bunch.
many.
Dangerously in Love.
Are you a Beyonce?
Halo.
Right. I think he's an op.
They're gonna come for you. So
Right.
No, it's
Beehive in a section now. We go for Beyonce.
Nah, I love Beyonce. That's the reason why I'm talking how I'm talking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you better
I mean,
clear that up.
Oh nah. I can say whatever I want.
He's doing this
But my point is I've always been a fan of Beyonce.
For the trend, for the clout, for
She's
the
already conquered everything else. Why not?
Right.
She doesn't need the money. She does not fan base. She don't need
no notoriety.
Blake, what did you think about Andre 3000?
I think Andre 3000 is one of the most unique artists that ever came through.
Yeah.
And he released an entire album of acoustics. And what did you think of that? That wasn't his regular shtick.
That was a good example.
Like Erykah Badu.
Mm-hmm.
What she released?
That first album she dropped.
Oh, I thought you was about to say her coochie sweater.
I think that Beyonce going into the country genre is